Happy Thanksgiving for the fourth time in a row. Oh God, it's been a long day. I'm coming on, and I got the turkey high going on too. So I'm like, ooh, nap feels really good right now. Would feel really good right now. But we are still got one more thing to talk about before I go see House of Gucci around 6:45. And that is Hawkeye. Hawkeye debuted its first two episodes. Now I've been hearing positive things mostly, but I've also from a couple people whose opinions I really trust say it's not a good series. So I'm like, okay, and I'm hearing the complaints. I'm like, the complaints are things I was worried about going in. So I watched the two episodes. I will say this: it is the weakest series they've done so far. Between Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and WandaVision, Hawkeye is the weakest series they've done so far. That's not to say I think it's bad. In fact, I think it works okay, kind of as a weird comedy. I am hoping it does improve, but there's definitely things I like about this. First off, anything that is dealing with Clint, I'm liking a lot. Clint is barely in the first episode, mind you. In fact, that's a problem with the show. I'm going to tell you right now is that they're focusing so much on Kate Bishop that Clint is kind of being sidelined in the first episode. He's in a lot more of the second episode, and that's all well and good. But the problem is he's still not quite the focal point of the series right now. They're making Kate Bishop the lead. Now we'll get back to Kate because I had worries about Kate going in, and I'd like to explain whether my worries were founded or not. But yeah, Hawkeye, I like the fact that they have played up that he's kind of done. He is to some degree done with the hero life mostly. Like he's not completely. He's actually still an on-call Avenger at the moment, but he's kind of just wants to be there for his family at this point. He wants a good life, and all the stuff that doing the Avengers or being Avenger, it's taken a toll on him. Like he's got scars. He's still got the tattoo on his sleeve. He's got a hearing aid now, which is a direct reference to the comics. Here's a good line saying, well, how'd that happen? Possible to say, because they flash back to everything he went through. There's a couple scenes that are very funny. The LARPing scene is really funny. Rogers the Musical was kind of a cringy funny. There are some jokes that certainly work. Jeremy Renner's great in there, great in the movie, and great in the series so far. I really like because he is kind of like playing the straight guy, man, and he's actually uncomfortable with the recognition to some degree. He's just really, when you break it down, he's the most normal guy of the group. He is pretty much just a normal guy. He is human with no super abilities or tech. He's just the guy with the bow and arrow. And when there's and at the scene in the restaurant where they offered to pay the meal for the family, him and the family, it's like you can tell like they were thankful, but he felt uncomfortable by that. It's like, okay, fine, sure, thank you. The guy wanting the selfie. Oh my God, that was obnoxious. Like he didn't mean it clearly, but that was obnoxious. You could tell. It's like he said, it's not a good time. And then he's right behind Clint. He washes his hand with his fuzz. Like, is now a good time? It's like, really, dude? Wow. Like, read the room. So I like the fact they're dealing with the fact that Clint has some PTSD. Like, especially as his time as Ronin, which is one of the big things about this show coming back is the Ronin identity and all the problems and enemies he made as Ronin. Like I said, the little bit of action we got was fine. Nothing amazing. I do like some of the mystery we got going on. It's theorized Kingpin might show up in the show now because due to the character Echo having a connection with Kingpin and dealing with a few other things. Now I don't know for certain if Kingpin's going to be in the show. I'd love to see Vincent D'Onofrio back again. I would love that. But I just can't confirm or deny. There's so far nothing shows that Kingpin's in there. And Vera Farmiga is always good. It's very clear too that Vera Farmiga, there's something shady about her. Like there is something that is there's something off. And I agree with what some person said about the boyfriend. I can't remember who's actually known as either Swordsmaster Sword or Sword. I can't remember the true name, but they're doing a very red herring thing with him, I think, where they're making him off to be a bad guy, but it's clearly not the case. Despite that he's very cartoonish, I do like him for being cartoonish. I do kind of enjoy that. And I like the fact that how Clint interacts with like just the public and stuff like that. Like he is the normal guy. It's like, oh god, and it's like, come on, come on, let me kill you. It's just all that. And the LARPing is like, oh god, I fought Thanos. So I like that. I did like that. And there are jokes that work, and I like the chemistry between Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. What I'm not digging on so far is the fact that this isn't really Hawkeye's show at the moment. This is the Kate Bishop show, guest starring Hawkeye. In the first episode, it was guest starring Hawkeye. In the second, it's co-starring Hawkeye. Because Hawkeye gets a lot more screen time in the second episode. In the first episode, he's barely around. It is all about Kate. Now, I do like the fact that we see how she becomes enamored with Hawkeye and wants to be an archer and all that, because he's actually the one who saved them in New York. They opened with that in the series. I do like that, and why she actually is very excited to meet him and learn from him. But that's kind of mis-frickin-leading. You should have called it something other than Hawkeye, like Hawk and Bishop. So actually, Hawk and Bishop probably wouldn't have been a bad name. You should have called it something other than just Hawkeye if that's the case. Now, maybe the next episode and we'll lead in that it's going to be more Hawkeye focused. But right now, it does seem very heavy on Kate, with Clint kind of just being there. And that's not good. And that's a problem because Kate is see, my worry from Kate from the clip I saw before the series debuted was that clip in the city where it's like, you know what your problem is? It's branding. Yeah, it's like, no, it's not branding. My problem is you. And this is like, no, it's branding. I'm like, do you understand who you're talking to? He doesn't give a shit about it. He's not Tony Stark. He's not even Captain America, who was like, he's the average guy who, who just says that's a hero's job. Like, why does he care about branding? And that conversation continued further, where she's talking about, you're just like, you hold your cards close to the vest and all that. People need to, see something to relate to and all that. Like, that's what Cap was. Cap was that person. Even Iron Man to some degree. Hawkeye was never that person. Hawkeye is a guy with a family. He has to keep it close to the vest so he doesn't endanger them. And it's clear. I love Haley Steinfeld. I do. And I will say this. I was told, she is not very bright from what I was told, from what I heard. And I'm watching, it's like, she has moments. She has moments of being clever. Like when she's in the auction. And she's just like, the guy's like, Gary, talk to Gary. I am Gary. See, that's the problem, Gary. You don't even know my name. I quit. You can't quit. And she's like, I'll give it, there's moments of her actually, she does have moments of being clever. Props to where that is. But everything else I heard about is, yeah, I love Haley Steinfeld as an actress, but she is really annoying. Like, she's not apart from the cleverness, she isn't very bright. She's kind of tone deaf to the situation at hand. There's one point where Clint's telling her, stay put, or it's like, you're not going to listen to what I say. It's like, I want to, but no. Like, yeah, but you've proven that you're not good at this. And that's I think, the problem that she's facing right now. She even says, some people call me the world's greatest archer. I'm like, and of course, there's that line like, are you one of those people? It was one of those people. Like, I may have been one of them. Like, yeah, and there's actually a line that I think cements Haley's character, Bishop's character perfectly. Is that, what are you? It's like, I'm 22. Yeah, what are you, like 18 to 22? Yeah, basically. So yeah, 18. Well, basically the same thing. She's young and she doesn't get it. She hasn't truly experienced the world and doesn't understand what being this person means. She is so enamored with its ideology, and that's even the first episode is called Never Meet Your Heroes, which doesn't really make sense. I would imagine this episode should have been called that, given how their interaction, stuff like that. Apart from she isn't the brightest. She's kind of dense. She's kind of like clingy. And she just kind of makes more of a mess of things. Like at the end of the second episode where she goes to save Hawkeye and just completely ruins it, like messes it up. Oh God. So yeah, I'm hoping that gets better. I do. Fortunately, this is only a 6-episode series. Unfortunately, it's only a 6-episode series, so this is already a third of the way through. I know the tracksuit gang is from the comics, and I know they're not called the tracksuit gang; they're called something else. That's to do with these going like, bro, hey, bro, yo, bro, like literally, that is out of the comics, man. Yo, bro, that's from the comics, bro. Like that bro stuff is straight from the comics. That is completely accurate, and it's stupid in kind of a hilarious way. Like, these guys are extremely incompetent, but it's clear also that they're not the heavies. They are not. Echo is, and we know Florence Pugh is in the series also, but Echo is going to be probably closer to one of the heavies, as we see her at the end of this episode. Florence Pugh is going to pose a problem to Hawkeye, probably. Whether or not there is a third villain, probably there is a third villain. I'm guessing either Vera Farmiga, or if he's in there, Kingpin in the background. Or Kingpin gets introduced at the very end of the series, if he is in it. But man, this was rough. I loved everything with Clint. Him and his family, even in the interaction with Kate, I think they do bounce off well with each other. I love the dog too. I'm a dog lover. I love that dog. he was a cute bubble. But oh man, like I said, hopefully maybe like the next 4 episodes are like god tier amazing. I'm like, this was the best series that Marvel's done. Who knew? But as it stands, I don't think so. It doesn't look like it's going to have a strong message like about like grieving and acceptance. 5 stages, the 7 stages of grief, or whatever it is, 5 stages of grief with WandaVision. The commentary on race and how our treatment of people of other races in Falcon and Winter Soldier, the concept of choice and identity in Loki. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything like that in this film, or I keep saying film, this series. But who knows? Who knows? It could work out. Right now, if the others were, I think WandaVision might have been my favorite one. WandaVision. Oh God, would Loki or Falcon and Winter Soldier be? Ooh. See, the last episode of Loki, I loved the last episode of Loki. And I love the last 2 episodes of Loki, to be out frank. And then like the second episode. All the other ones were good or, okay. But Falcon and Winter Soldier had some really poignant commentary, man, that I really appreciated. Ooh. If I were to say where my heart lies, I'm going to go WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, then Loki, and then, even though it's in 4th place, it's more down here at the moment, Hawkeye. Now, maybe Hawkeye will improve, or it could get worse. We'll see. But I will stick through Hawkeye. I tried to do that with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at one point. Like, at the first couple episodes, I just fell off it. I'm not going to do that with the Disney Plus series. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know we'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks later.